Have you ever thought about which of your traits come from your father or mother? Perhaps you have seen one of your traits in a grandparent or other relative. As scientists study traits such as hate and eye color, they are discovering that the inheritance of these traits is very complex. Hi, and welcome back. In today's biology segment, I'm going to talk about complex inheritance of human traits. Complex inheritance of human traits. Codominance in humans. Remember that in codominance, the phenotypes of both homozygotes are produced in the heterozygote. One example of this in humans is a group of inherited red blood cell disorders called sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia. In an individual who is homozygous for the sickle cell allele, the oxygen-carrying protein hemoglobin differs by one amino acid from normal hemoglobin. This defective hemoglobin forms crystal-like structures that change the shape of the red blood cells. Normal red blood cells are this shape, but abnormal red blood cells are like a sickle or half moon. The change in shape occurs in the body's narrow capillaries after the hemoglobin delivers oxygen to the cells. Abnormally shaped blood cells like the one shown slow blood flow, block small vessels, and result in tissue damage and pain. Because sickle cells block blood flow and have a shorter lifespan than normal red blood cells, the person can have several related disorders. Multiple alleles govern blood type. You have learned that more than two alleles of a gene are possible for certain traits. Mendel's laws of heredity also can be applied to traits that have more than two alleles. The ABO blood group is a classic example of a single gene that has multiple alleles in humans. Human blood types listed in the table are determined by the presence or absence of certain molecules on the surface of red blood cells. As a determinant of blood types A, B, and O, the gene I has three alleles, IA, IB, and I, lowercase I. Study the table to see the genotypes of the different blood types. Sex-linked traits in humans. Many human traits are determined by genes that are carried on the sex chromosomes. Most of these genes are located on the X chromosome. The pattern of sex-linked inheritance is explained by the fact that males who are XY pass an X chromosome to each daughter and a Y chromosome to each son. Females who are XX pass one of their X chromosomes to each child. If a son receives an X chromosome with a recessive allele, the recessive phenotype will be expressed because he does not inherit on the Y chromosome from his father, a dominant allele that would mask the expression of the recessive allele. Two traits that are governed by X-linked recessive inheritance in humans are red-green color blindness and hemophilia. X-linked dominant and Y-linked human disorders are rare. Red-green color blindness. People who have red-green color blindness can differentiate these two colors. Color blindness is caused by the inheritance of a recessive allele at either of two gene sites on the X chromosome. Both genes affect red and green receptors in the cells of the eyes. A serious problem for people with this disorder is the inability to identify red and green traffic lights by color. Hemophilia and X-linked disorder. Did you ever notice that most cuts stop bleeding quickly? This human adaptation is essential. If your blood didn't have the ability to clot, any cut could take a long time to stop bleeding. Of greater concern, could be internal bleeding resulting from a bruise, which a person may not immediately notice. Hemophilia A is an X-linked disorder that causes such a problem with blood clotting. It's more common in males than in females. Why? Males inherit the allele for hemophilia on the X chromosome from their carrier mothers. One recessive allele for hemophilia will cause the disorder in males. Females will need two recessive alleles to inherit hemophilia. The family of Queen Victoria is the best known study of hemophilia A, also called royal hemophilia. Hemophilia A can be treated with blood transfusions and injections of factor VIII, the blood clotting enzyme that is absent in people affected by the condition. However, both treatments are expensive. New methods of DNA technology are being used to develop a cheaper source of the clotting factor. Skin color, a polygenic trait. In the early 1900s, the idea that polygenic inheritance occurs in humans was first tested using data collected on skin color. Scientists found that when light-skinned people mate with dark-skinned people, their offspring have intermediate skin colors. When these children produce the F2 generation, the resulting skin colors range from the light skin color to the dark skin color of the grandparents, with most children having an intermediate skin color. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, bye!